Hi, all. This is your professor, Ian. This is a short video where I'm going to talk about your group project. I thought it would be useful to have someone talk you through this because we're going to be working on this quickly. It's a 2-week project, so you need to really plan this first week and then get things together and post by the end of the second week. So this is the module for week 15. You should read the overview, but there's a kind of order to how I've organized things. I want you to go introduce yourself right away in the discussion forum. So you should do this. It'll take you to your own project. This is all set for groups. So when you click on this, it should take you, pardon me, just to your group. Just introduce yourself right away. I'm going to be asking that you post at least 4 times. That's going to determine a mark for you. So I need to introduce yourself, help brainstorm, help divide the labor, and then you should be getting back to each other about that. And then after you present, post about it and say, "Hey, good job, guys!" Celebrate your victory. You can communicate in other ways too. I know there's what's that one? I can't remember that app that people use for texting without your phone number, Slack or whatever. Whatever people use for texting each other, WhatsApp, Slack, FaceTime, I don't know, whatever you use to communicate. Texting, that's fine, but I also want you to communicate here so I can see that you're communicating and award you the mark for that. So that's part of it. Please do use your discussion forum to communicate. The assignment itself, back down here, the assignment itself, let's go there, the group project instructions. I want you to invent a conspiracy theory. And I want you to use this article to help you do that. It's got some good kind of step-by-step instructions for that. So read the article, go through that. Your discussion, your conspiracy theory will probably be a bit silly, which is the point of this, right? I don't want anybody. You don't have to get all doom and gloom about this. Keep it light, keep it kind of fun. The idea here is not to depress everybody, give everybody a bummer, but the idea is to think about how conspiracy theories are constructed, what kind of support they use, right? Think about those ethos, logos, pathos kinds of things, and really, put into practice some of the things we've been talking about in a different way. We're going to use Wakelet to do this. So you should already have a Wakelet account. You've done 2 projects, or this will be your second project that you're doing via Wakelet. So I would suggest choosing one member from your group who's going to be the person who kind of uploads everything to Wakelet and does that end of things. So that might be one role, right? Okay, I'll be the person who puts everything together. You send me the rest of you guys send me everything. That's up to you. What I want you to do is I've divided this into 4 sections that I want you to hit or touch upon. An intro, so I want you to summarize your conspiracy theory, who's involved, what the stakes are, that kind of stuff. If you read that article that I have linked a number of times in the instructions, this is the first 3 steps of the article. Then I want you to make up some quote unquote facts to support your theory. So, some graphs, some posters, things like that would be great to help you sell your theories or memes, right? This is the kind of stuff you would find online to support a theory about this silliness that you're coming up with. And then 3, I want you to come up with some academic support for your theory. So you don't need to, as I know here, you don't need to write a whole article, of course. I'm not expecting anything like that, but like a brief abstract about an article with facts and an expert complete with credentials. So, make up some phony baloney expert who's, got a doctorate from the International Institute of Health, some made up thing like that, right? And then finally your demands, what needs to be done. So this is kind of like your conclusion, a rousing call to action. We need to do this and that in order to stop the global elites from, killing our babies and whatever. Well, you don't have to get that dark, but you know what I mean. I'm just tapping into the QAnon nonsense. So, anyways, these sections that I have correspond with parts from that article that I gave you to read that I've linked here. So when you're dividing the work, one thing you might think about is, think about these different sections, right? If you have someone in your group who is good at making graphics and memes and posters and that kind of stuff, maybe they could do this. Someone who, feels like they're good at creating fake academic sounding stuff, I don't know, do this. Someone This will probably be your briefest section. So maybe the person putting together all the information could also write your demands. And then someone who doesn't mind doing a little more writing could do your introduction. But that's just a way of thinking about it. You could also split it up piece by piece. You know, I want you to use at least 2 academic sources, so you could split that up. One person does one, another person does another. How you split up the work is up to you. That's for you to discuss in your discussion forum. But please make sure everybody's happy with it and the work gets done, right? You should have the division of labor complete by the end of week 15, which is, let's see, what's that, November 29th. Everybody should know what they're doing by the end of that week anyway, so that way you can go for a couple days and come back and post it, because you need to post by Friday, December 4th at 11:59 p.m. There's some notes here. Let me go back to the module, because let me show you after you finish. Okay, so you go, you discuss, you come up with an idea, you divide the labor, everybody does their part, you come back with this wakelet, completed wakelet, and then one person from each group will post this to the presentation forum, which is another discussion forum where you're going to present your wakelet, kind of like we did in week 14 with your own individual projects. So one person posts this by Friday, December 14th. Then everybody needs to go and read some of the other projects that have been posted and comment. So everybody will then read 2 other groups' presentations. So go and check out what 2 other groups have done, what conspiracy, at least 2. You can do more, but at least 2. And then, you know, I've got specific ideas for you commenting on this conspiracy theory, your peers' conspiracy theories, and you need to do that by Sunday, December 6th. So it shouldn't take long, you know. Read through another 2 groups' wakelet projects and make some comments. So, you know, set aside half an hour of your weekend, and you should be totally fine. And that's it. So I think that I've covered most of it. Again, you should have your idea and your work divided by the end of week 15 for sure, and then you should be off working on it in week 16. Okay, so if you have any questions or concerns, please do email me right away. Come on my office hours. If you're having problems with your group, please get a hold of me right away. Let me know, and I can send out reminder emails or move people around in groups. If I've got, you know, people who aren't responding, I can just put them in different groups, and then you can carry on from there. So please do, again, get a hold of me if you have any questions or concerns. Otherwise, try to have a little fun with it. It's meant to be kind of a lighter project to help cap off the semester as you're working on your 4th papers. So that's about it for now. Bye-bye.